is already open and singing with Leanne. We always enjoy that part of the experience. We do that for each other. So thank you for inviting me today. Today is kind of a special day. It's the day before Valentine's Day. And so, of course, I'm going to talk about love today. February is a short month. You know, the weather's kind of iffy. Snow, football ends after Super Bowl. It can be a little dreary. Days are short and dark. But then there's this thing in the middle, besides Girl Scout cookies. It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I think if you're a young person, it's a lot of fun because you do your classroom Valentines, and that's lovely. But for some of the adults, it can be a little complicated. You know, there's sometimes expectations, and there's sometimes, obligations or expectations, like I said. But there could be some confusion even. But I like to take Valentine's Day and kind of shift it completely into, instead of just being about a partnership on one day, it's the whole month. You might have heard us sing in the beginning, the season of love is upon us, and that's the name of my talk today. Because to me, it's the whole month. I know we just have half the month left, but there's plenty of time to create a new habit and to try something new. So this is the season of love. It's a month-long celebration to honor our individual relationships with our partners, our friends, our family, people we don't know, and so on. Honoring love and expression wherever it shows up. But really stepping into that, really taking this month is going to be my season of love. Season of love is upon us. It's here. So we're taking time this month to learn not just about love, but how to cultivate it. And actually, cultivate at least an aspect of love for us. A chocolate, as it were. I'd like to imagine actually a box of chocolates given to us from the divine. What would be in that box of chocolates? And something we get, every day. This month we get a box of chocolates. Maybe it's a different way to explore and discover what that sweetness is. So that's what we're going to explore today. What's in the divine box of chocolates? And Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a beautiful Vietnamese monk, who recently made his transition on January 22nd, had a lot of profound teachings about mindfulness. And I want to honor him today too. And his legacy in this message is he was called to explore how to love, and he taught how to love. He says he learned there are four elements of love, and I think one of the most important things about Thich Nhat Hanh is he felt like we should be a reflection of that love as we're exploring that we become a reflection of that love. So I'm going to talk about 4 elements that Thich Nhat Hanh teaches, and these 4 elements are actually going to be what I call the divine chocolates. They're in the box of chocolates, okay? So the first one is called Maitri, and it means friendship, brotherhood, sisterhood, companionship, and loving kindness. And so coming from God, we take that in as a true companionship with the divine. And we now embark on this time of discovering how to cultivate that real true feeling of having this companionship, a true friend. And when you have that kind of friendship, it's a friendship where, God allows us to maintain our freedom as who we are in a very unlimited way without any judgment. But mindfully, God's presence is with us. We can be mindful of that, and God is a mindful presence with us at all times. And we can feel that true energy of that companionship with us. So that's the first one. The second one is Karuna. This is going to be the next chocolate. And this is compassion. The daily word for today is perfect. But it's the capacity to understand suffering and to transform by just your presence. And so this is God. This chocolate is a compassion for you. And it's a transformational experience. just being in the presence of God itself is transformational. Maybe you've experienced that, being able to create sacred space in such a way, or being in that space without any actual processing with a therapist or any work. There's a transformation just being in that light. So compassion plants seeds of new life within you, and that's one of the chocolates that is here for you, God's compassion. The next one is mudita, and this means joy. And this is joy. This is the joy of being the experience of God. It's a powerful experience of love, and this is another chocolate, that having God as your companion and allowing His compassion to lift your life, you open to the joy that's there. There's things that we can do to create joy, but this is joy that is just there when you take that chocolate and you accept that into your life for the day. I'm going to experience this joy. So that's the third one. And the fourth one is upeksha, which means acceptance. And acceptance, upeksha, is the highest form of love. It's non-discrimination, it's equanimity with God even. So it's not just with each other, but it's with God. So God, in the way that it's this energy of this acceptance, is accepting you as divine, as God is itself the divine. So seeing that acceptance, which means all that is in our life is also forgiven and accepted. And it's the highest form of love. It's very unlimited. So, like I said, when I thought about these four elements, I thought, okay, these are the four chocolates. Because at first, when I started creating the talk, I thought, well, how would I define different aspects of love and put that in the box of chocolates? And I thought, well, most of them really fit right in there well. So we have companionship, compassion, joy, and acceptance. Those are the four chocolates. So imagine these chocolates coming from God. We're opening to find God's sweet companionship for you. It's always there. There's a French Christian monk called his name is Brother Lawrence, who said, "There is not in the world a kind of life more sweet and delightful than that of a continual conversation with God." So that companionship. And he actually wrote a lot about developing the awareness of the presence of God. So that's something we want to cultivate this month. And then that second chocolate, God's sweet compassion for you, a deep understanding, healing, and transformational energy. And God's sweet joy, filling you with happiness. Thich Nhat Hanh says, "Nothing is more precious than being in the present moment, fully alive and fully aware." Being in the present of God. And then that last sweet chocolate here is God's sweet acceptance and forgiveness of everything about you, just the way you are, and as you are evolving right now. So in the season of love, let's agree to take time this month in the waters of the divine light and enjoy the sweetness that's there for you in these chocolates. And as a way to cultivate love this month, first practice receiving and enjoying that divine box of chocolates. Myrtle Fillmore says, "It was all alive with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God." And maybe you never thought about God being the sweetness, but that's what I want you to think about if you're getting chocolates today or tomorrow. That's the sweetness that we're really looking for. That's the sweetness. So I love Myrtle's. It was alive with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to cultivate these within ourselves, though. We receive them from God, but then we're going to go into life and use them ourselves in expression as we are in the world. So now we're going to look at these four different aspects a little bit differently with how you can be these chocolates for other people. Okay. So these chocolates now is something that you're going to share with another person. You're going to share that energy of friendship and companionship. But in this way, friendship and companionship with another person is really about spending time with them. Cultivating this ability to be mindfully present with another person and just listening. Being in their presence and just offering your friendship, offering your companionship, a way to be there. In an accepting way as well, where you're letting them be free to be who they are, and knowing that you're free to be who you are, and you're just allowing that friendship to unfold by being in each other's presence mindfully. And I think it's important, the idea of really cultivating this, to maybe pick a person and go, sometimes I just walk by this person, I'm going to actually sit down and just be there today and just see what happens. And then the next one, compassion. Compassion is very powerful because it's being in the presence of God that changes your life. As you eat of that compassion chocolate and feel that within yourself, you move towards being the energy of the Bodhisattva, that higher level of compassion, where now your presence is a little bit more because you're just being there in a loving presence, knowing that your presence can transform people. Okay, so you're really helping people that may be suffering just by your presence. And it's not like you have to necessarily know how to heal a person or fix a person or anything like that. But if you have the element of compassion in your heart and in your life, you will help a person feel lighter. That's what Thich Nhat Hanh says, and I think that's very powerful. Something we can cultivate every day. The song we're going to sing after this is from Ricky Byers, who said, your compassion planted a seed in my life. Now the flower's in me, and all the time I'm singing. So you don't know the effect on other people, but compassion is very powerful and very important and has the power to transform and lift people up. And so joy, and cultivating love with chocolate of joy, receiving God's joy, and then enjoying each other's joy, being happy, truly happy for other people, and offering joy to other people. And that willingness to love really is what that's about, and that's what you want to try to cultivate, is that willingness to love and share joy. And then the last one is acceptance. And this is a very one-on-one. This is unlimited, highest form of love, where you're in this equanimity energy with people, non-discrimination, highest form of love, full, unlimited capacity to love. And I think that's something we're all trying to develop, our own ability to have a larger capacity to love people. So these are really beautiful because they allow you to give to another person. Not just from yourself, but from your divine loving self. So I think that's so important to receive your box of chocolates and to share them. And the first person I actually think you should share them with is yourself. And I think this is important because a lot of us, I think, often try to slip out of ourselves a little bit and be our divine self. When in reality, we want to take the hand of our human self. Oh gosh. Sometimes when I get the messages are very powerful because I really could see that like reunion of like, I want to be able to be okay being a human, yet walking with God. And the power of that is you are the vehicle. Without you as the vehicle, and we always say you're a unique expression of God, but really, how would you develop love? The way that you do it. How would you sit with someone and be with someone? It's going to be through you, through your hand, your eyes, your being. And that's so special. Your human side is everything. It's the vehicle that this happens through. So we take that first after we receive our chocolates, and we really love ourselves. And we embrace our humanness. as part of this cultivation, and we don't apologize for it. We just go with it. Then we can go out and be our best selves, our best loving selves in the world. And one of the, Thich Nhat Hanh says, the most precious gift that we can give another one is our attention. When mindfulness embraces those that we love, they will bloom like flowers. So just know that in your presence is all you need to do. And Myrtle Fillmore says this, I love this. This is a slight variation of the love offering blessing. It's very powerful how you can affect other people. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies you. Not just me and what I do, but you. And knowing that you have an effect on people is beautiful. So the box of chocolates, these divine chocolates from God, are actually already here. In fact, I think I heard the delivery person. They're actually coming in for all of you right now. Everybody's going to get a beautiful box of divine chocolate. Okay, all you have to do is open it. But the question is exactly how do you open that box? And it turns out that the way you open it is by opening your heart. It's by the breath. Opening up the heart chakra. And the breath is the absolute key to all of this. Is the breath opens the heart and the chakra of the divine. So we're going to breathe and accept and fill up with the experience of divine love first. And I like to think of that as when you step out to like the Grand Canyon for the very first, if you've never been there, the first time or something magical like that. And you step out and the immensity of the view is so powerful. That's what we want to do. When we take our chocolates, we step in and we let the breath take us fully into the experience of the divine that's that profound. And then we go forward and cultivate our love. We breathe and radiate divine love from the heart chakra. And that's an affirmation that Leanne and I created in a chant that we wrote, opening the chakras. When we breathe, we radiate divine love, which is exactly what we're talking about here. So, I'm going to invite Leanne up here because she's going to actually lead us in opening the breath. And actually, Leanne and I have a wonderful two-part workshop about breath. And then we're going to go into our meditation together. So let me pour this one up. Let me grab my guitar before we start. There we go. First, thank you so much, Leanne. My heart is open. Experiencing the love. And so I'm going to lead into the meditation that we'll be doing and with some breath work. So as Nina said, this is the key to opening our hearts. So let's sit up in our chairs nice and tall and place your feet on the floor if that's what's comfortable for you. And I invite you to have your spine up nice and tall. This allows for that beautiful flow of energy. And your head is lifted, crown is open. You can even rest your hands, just rest them comfortably on your lap. So let's take a community breath together, just simply breathing in and breathing out. Begin to feel the presence of the breath. And next, let's take a deep breath in. You even feel your belly pushing out as you do this. Breathe in. And exhale fully and completely. The navel moves back toward the spine. Once again, breathing in. And exhaling. Now as you return your breath back to normal, just breathing in and breathing out, opening the chakra, the crown chakra at the top of the head, feeling this beautiful
divine love and light begin pouring in. This infinite love is always, always here for us. Feel it flowing in, moving past the third eye into the throat, and resting and opening the heart chakra, a place of love, peace, kindness, and compassion. And you feel this expanding, and this light flowing in more and more to the physical body and all the subtle bodies, moving down into the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. And feel it grounding into the chi pool below the physical body, sending love to Mother Earth. And coming back once again into the heart, knowing this place of love is always with us. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing in, breathing out, breathing out. I am blooming, I am blooming, like a flower. I am fresh, I am fresh as the dew. I am solid, I am solid like a mountain. I am firm, I am firm as the earth, as the earth. I am free, I am free. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing out, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing out. I am water, I am water, reflecting what is real, what is real, what is true, what is true. And I find this space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free, I am free. So staying in that space of love and breathing from the divine, feeling that incredible experience of love, enjoying your great divine chocolates. Just feel that companionship, feel your own divine. Reach out and touch the hand of you and feel that connection and that closeness. You're opening your divine box of chocolates and allowing now this experience of love to fill you. As we explore the season of love, filling ourselves with compassion, feeling the compassion of God. Passing that through to our human side, feeling this oneness, feeling the light of our own radiance, and knowing we are ready to share that. It is the gift that we hold. It is our way of being a Valentine. As we continue to breathe in, breathe out, opening the heart chakra.
joy. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, that joy is there. And explore different ways that you can share joy as you in your life. And celebrate that in each other. Feel the strength within you when you are in this space of love, and know that your capacity to love can grow. It can grow stronger, it can grow wider, it can grow more compassionate. And you can be there in a very accepting way for all of life, for yourself, embracing yourself, and embracing those who we come across in our life. And as we bring these chocolates together, we know that they're endless. Endless chocolates for us, endless chocolates for us to share. And today, we see a big red bow wrapped around that chocolate, the box. And that red bow is gratitude. So I invite you now to fill your heart with all this beautiful companionship, compassion, joy, and acceptance, and gratitude. Because we are embraced by love, and we can embrace others in love. And we can know that God is all there is. So I invite you to slowly put your hands on your heart and feel that gratitude, feel that love, feel all those aspects that we were talking